Good, beautiful morning, everyone. We're going to wait a few minutes for people to come on. I'm excited about today, as this is our day where we usually discuss the concept of meditation, its function in our lives, what its natural function is in our lives. And I have with me the energy of my guardian angel John, and the energy of Archangel Michael, and the energy of Master Jesus. It's very important that you understand meditation as a practice, not to take away from your precious time, but to give you more of your precious time. They wanted to call this the reawakening. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And I want to welcome you today because I think what we're going to do is going to be very exciting, and the possibilities that can be opened up for you in your own life when you understand that your mind, that is your thinking mind and your emotions, and your body are not who you are. They are instruments, like gloves or tools. Your mind and body are a set of tools that you use while in a physical world to experience this function of creation. Meditation is the application of certain functions. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Meditation is the application of specific functions of using your mind and your body in a particular way to establish a position of healthy creativity in your world, in your life. In that, if your mind is not being governed by you, then it is being governed by something else or someone else. What we hope to do today at this time is to begin a process of transmitting the energy of stillness into your mind. If you're open and receptive and willing to give your mind permission, because your mind is designed by nature to follow what you would direct it to follow. Whatever you put attention on, your mind will follow there. And we want to extend this vibration of stillness and include you in the process of establishing that in your own mind. That you can establish stillness in your mind and stillness in your body. And that from this place of stillness, you begin to remember who and what you are functionally as a spiritual consciousness that has come into a medium of energy and matter to experience, apply, and practice the process of creation. And for some of you, it may be a bit of a stretch to consider that your thoughts are not you, that your emotions are not you, that your body is not you, that these are instruments. These devices are instruments that you use while existing in a physical medium, in a medium of energy, which you call emotion, in a medium of ideas, which serve as the function and impetus for creative manifestation. Thoughts and ideas serve as a function for the process of creative manifestation. For those of you that are just arriving, I have with me the energy of Archangel Michael, my guardian angel John, and the energy of Master Jesus. And they felt it was really important to communicate this concept of what you really are. So I just want to let everybody know that. Now, let us go back to what was being said, that your your function of thoughts, your function of emotional energy. Understand that your emotions are your energy that you use, energy that is shaped and formed by the nature and the quality of the thoughts and the beliefs and the ideas that you hold, that the structure and manifestation process in your life as a physical being, while you are expressing through this medium of matter, that the function of emotion serves as the impetus to drive the application of creation to produce manifestation. And that you are an awareness that is unique and distinct from the contents of your mind, unique and distinct from the function of your emotions, unique and distinct from the function of your physiology, but having absolute dominion and authority over them by nature. That your mind, your emotions, and your body were designed for you to use as functions of creating. As we said earlier, we are transmitting a vibration of stillness to you to give you the sensation, if you like, the feeling of what it is to reduce the thinking mind, to bring your emotional energy to stillness, your mind to quiet, and your body to a place of ease. Now, there are several very simple mechanisms available to you to establish the position of silence where your mind, your emotions, and your body are still and quiet and peaceful. The first function is your attention. Attention on the idea of stillness and quiet. The idea of stillness and quiet. Bring your attention to that idea, the idea of stillness and quiet. And keep your attention on the idea of these two words. This is the first step, to bring your attention to the idea of stillness and quiet. So now your attention brings form to stillness and quiet. Your attention begins to energize the conceptual structure that is produced by these two words, stillness and quiet. When you focus on these words, you begin to generate with your attention a flow of energy. You begin to initialize that flow of energy by giving attention to the words stillness and quiet. The secondary element is to then direct your physical body to breathe slowly and deeply while holding your attention on the words stillness and quiet, so that you draw your breath in, and when your breath is full, you bring your attention to the words stillness and quiet, and then you exhale. When the breath is exhaled, you put your attention on those words again, stillness and quiet. And then you breathe in again and fill the lungs of the body again. This is the second step. When the breath is full again, you bring your attention to the words stillness and quiet. And then exhale again slowly. The importance of directing your body to breathe slowly is that it matches the attention to the words stillness and quiet. As you allow your attention to stay focused on these words while directing the body to breathe slowly in, focus on the words, breathe slowly out, focus on the words. You keep your breath slow at the bottom of the breath, at the top of the breath, stillness and quiet. Keep your attention on these words, stillness and quiet. As you continue to direct the body, you have now completed the first two steps. In this process, if you're doing it as we're describing and receiving what we are transmitting simultaneously, as we can transmit energy to anyone that is within the range of the vibration of the transmission. In this case, you're hearing these words coming to you now from this form. And now the body, through your breath, and the mind, through your thoughts, begins to go into stillness and quiet. As the body continues to be directed to breathe slowly and deeply by you, the slower you breathe, the deeper the stillness and quiet becomes. The third, and perhaps one of the most important steps, is to begin at the top of the breath as the mind and body begin to become engaged in stillness and quiet because of your attention and the way in which you're directing your body to breathe. As your mind and body move into stillness and quiet, allow yourself to take a moment to feel the stillness and quiet that the thought and the breathing creates. The thought, stillness, and quiet, coupled with the slow and deliberate breathing, stillness and quiet. Stillness and quiet. Allow yourself to feel the vibration that you begin to experience in the body, in the mind, and in your awareness. Become aware of the feeling of stillness and quiet. The very nature of bringing your attention to the sensation, the words, and the function of directing your body begins to establish a clear cause and effect between yourself, your thinking mind, your emotional energy, and the physical body. You are now coordinating them. For some of you, there may be a more extended period of time required. But if you are open and receptive to the idea of stillness and quiet, if you are open and receptive to directing your body to breathe slowly, matching the ideas of stillness and quiet, then you will assuredly begin to experience that stillness and quiet. It may become initially just intervals of a moment of stillness and quiet, but if you continue the deliberate attention upon the idea of stillness and quiet, these three steps of the idea, stillness, and quiet, using the body to breathe slowly and deeply, stillness and quiet, to then feel the sensation of the idea and the slow movements of the body's breath of stillness and quiet. You begin to place your mind and your body into stillness and quiet. And likewise, yourself, you begin to connect to the manifestation of the energy that you are producing by utilizing these three simple steps of holding on to the ideas, stillness, quiet, using the breath, stillness, quiet, stillness, quiet. As you continue to assert your focus and attention in this fashion, then you begin to experience body, mind, and emotions becoming stillness and quiet. We would request that you remain in this process because you'll still be able to hear everything we say, and you can still focus on the ideas of stillness and quiet. and still utilize your breath slowly and deliberately to bring in the vibration of stillness and quiet into your emotions and into your body. Remember, directing the body to relax as you exhale by using the words stillness and quiet, directing the body to breathe slowly in, slowly out. As your body and mind begin to become liberated into stillness and quiet, the process of the reawakening begins, in that your mind is being placed into a position where it is still and quiet by your focus and attention. Your body, by your direction to it to breathe in this particular fashion, begins to coordinate the idea of stillness and quiet into the structure of the body. The cells, the nerves, the organs, the glands are being directed into this state. As your mind and body begin to move into the state of stillness and quiet, then you as awareness begin to become aware of yourself as awareness. It is the reawakening, in that instructing your mind to be still and quiet, directing the body to be still and quiet through the mechanism of the way you direct it to breathe, then they will get quieter and quieter. If you are more focused and persistent, gently so, you will notice that the tendency will become for you to be more gentle in the breathing, more gentle in the thoughts of stillness, quiet, with the breath, each breath asserting the idea of stillness and quiet into your body. As this begins to happen, your awareness begins to feel a sense of freedom from what was going on before you began this process. This is the reawakening, where you begin to remember that you are not simply an ongoing distraction of streamless thoughts that never seem to end, nor are you the distraction of the senses, that you are this awareness that is unique and distinct from the function of thought, but able to exercise your function over thought. For those of you that are hearing this and applying this, you are experiencing what we speak of, the reawakening. If you are, again, bringing your mind and body continually to the idea of stillness and quiet, and bringing the body through the breath into stillness and quiet, you will also notice there are certain sensations that will begin to happen in your physical body. Namely, there will be a tingling sensation, because the inhibitions of certain thoughts and memories and emotions are not at play in the function of your body, because you brought it out of the function of the thinking mind into the direction of your idea of stillness and quiet. As your body begins to be liberated from the distractions of anything other than stillness and quiet, its energy begins to become more free in its functionality. It becomes unencumbered by memory or future considerations. And these three simple steps, if repeatedly applied, will bring you back to this place of suddenly realizing, I am not the emotions I've been having. I'm not the fears I have about the future. I am here. I am now. I am awake. I am aware. My mind is in stillness and quiet. My body feels still and quiet. The body will be more energized because there's less to interfere with the consciousness of it, with a diffusion of thought or distraction. Likewise, your mind will begin to undergo, on a subconscious level, fundamental changes that will be central to you being able to repeatedly have this authority over your mind and body in any moment, so that nothing of this world can dissuade you from what you truly are as a sentient being. That you are a sentient being that has a function in relation to thoughts and their creative effects in the conditions of your physical experience here. In this reawakening, again, if you are persistent, and those of you that are coming to join us now that are wondering what is going on, let us simply say that we are assisting in the reawakening of those who are here now. We are transmitting a vibration of silence and quiet, stillness and quiet, stillness and quiet, using the function of your attention and your ability to direct your body to breathe in a specific way, to breathe in slowly, hold the breath, hold the thought, stillness and quiet, and release the breath. And when the breath is fully released, to again bring your attention to the thought, stillness and quiet, and then breathe in again. Slowly, gently breathing in, focusing on the idea, stillness and quiet. And as you exhale, again, bringing your attention to the idea of stillness and quiet. This is to teach you that you can indoctrinate your own mind and body into a function that you want it to be in, instead of the functions that the world has been giving you. The fears, the uncertainties that the world seems to continually provide you with. We say to you now, the reawakening is recognizing that you do not have to accept in your mind or give attention to anything that would distract you from your peace and your creativity. And our goal today has been very simple, that those of you that are here that gently apply these 3 simple steps of bringing your attention to the mind and focusing on 2 words, stillness and quiet. Stillness and quiet. And then the second step of using your breath, slowly, deliberately breathing in, focusing on the words at the top of your breath, stillness and quiet. Exhaling slowly. When the air leaves your lungs, again, stillness and quiet. The goal is to give you an experience whereby you can take your mind and your body and restore them to a state of stillness and quiet. When the mind and body are still and quiet, then you begin to reawaken. You begin to feel the true nature of what you are, not simply something as a collage or collection of thoughts or memories, but as a being of intelligence and creation that exists in the here and now. As you continue to persist in establishing this stillness and quiet in your mind by your focus, in the body by your breath, by focusing on stillness and quiet at both ends of the breath, coordinating mind and body to become stillness and quiet. This gives you a functional awareness that your mind and body are by nature able to be induced into a state of stillness and quiet. And this is true for any state of being that you would want to bring into this world. The state of being joyous and prosperous and healthy and compassionate. That from a perspective of your awareness, you can bring your attention to specific ideas and information and generate functional experience in your world. In this case, today we are bringing the function of stillness and quiet into our lives. You are bringing the function of stillness and quiet into yours and experiencing yourself doing this and experiencing both your mind and body reacting and responding to you. And it is important that you experience your mind and body responding to you so that you reclaim your authority. And this is the reawakening, that your mind and your body are not simply something to be controlled, manipulated by the world around you, but your mind and body are designed by nature to be functions and extensions and tools of your process of creation in this physical dimension, that the state of your experience in life can come fully under your command if you can understand just this simple function of being able to get your mind and body into stillness and quiet by what you give attention to, those two words, stillness and quiet. Using the breath slowly, deeply, again, with the idea, stillness and quiet. Once you have enough experience, you have the revelation of knowing that I can establish peace in my mind and in my body. If you can establish peace in your mind and body, then can you not establish love in your mind and body and in your world? Can you not establish happiness in your mind and body and in your world by this same process? The vibration of kindness, compassion, and playfulness, these two are within the sphere of your capacity to manifest this condition in your world. And the function of your attention upon these two simple ideas of stillness and quiet and coordinating your body in the same function. Slow, deep breathing, coordinating the body to the idea of mind, stillness and quiet. You begin the process of reawakening. The process of reawakening is recognizing that you are not your thoughts. You are not your body. You have thoughts. You have a body that you can direct and command, coordinate, and organize according to the nature of your attention and where you place it. This was our single primary goal today, to bring you into an experientiation of your own awareness, establishing a state of stillness and quiet in your mind and in your body, and then allowing yourself to experience how does your body feel when you bring it into this place through the breath and with those thoughts. As we said earlier, some of those symptoms may be a feeling of relaxation, tingling sensation, a feeling of being energized and expanded, unrestricted, calm, peaceful. The nature and quality of the energy induced by these two words of stillness and quiet necessitates that a very specific event will happen in the body if you coordinate the body with those words by having the body breathe slowly and deeply, stillness and quiet. Then you begin to experience the vibration of how that feels. What does your awareness of your mind and body experience when you establish that they're in a state of stillness and quiet? What do you experience? Allow it. Allow yourself to feel the experience of stillness and quiet that is a product of your utilizing these simple steps. Now, the same principles apply to any other function of creation in your life. If your attention goes on anger and judgment, then you will precipitate a function that will occur in your body that matches those, as equally as the function of stillness and quiet can become a function of your body, so can other functions of suffering and unhappiness and pain The function of your creative capacity to function intelligently and consciously is unrestricted in terms of what experiences you can create functionally for yourself. But unless you can coordinate both mind and body into the function of your idea, then the function of your idea will not manifest as your experience. And so we brought this simple demonstration to you today. The two words, stillness and quiet, coordinating your body to breathe slowly and deeply with the idea, stillness and quiet, exhaling, allowing the body to become still and quiet as you focus your attention on those two words, stillness and quiet. You gain immediate experience that there's a function of your creative capacity to induce changes in the function of your thinking mind and your physical world. The idea of stillness and quiet, while it can have an immediate effect and obvious health benefits to liberating unnecessary thought forms from being active in the body, this vibration of stillness and quiet will also emanate out from you and begin to affect others around you as you generate fields of energy at every moment of your existence, whether it is in the body, the mind, or the realm of the spirit. The statement, "Be still and know I am God," is a very simple and elegant consideration that if you can get your awareness to that place of stillness and quiet, that the God that you will find is not the God of something outside of yourself, but it is the state of being stillness and quiet. In that state, you can meet what you are, truly, the divine. The statement, "The Father and I are one," becomes possible to grasp in this state of stillness and quiet. But this reawakening of recognizing that both your mind and your body are fundamentally and functionally designed to be instruments of creation, to know and understand this as an experience of your own creative interaction with your mind and body, liberates you from subjectivity to what the world has bestowed upon you, told you and taught you, confused you with. The moment you experience that you can establish a state of being in mind and body through your own will, then your will shall become free and your function of creation and awakening is begun. To whatever degree and extent that you apply this understanding and this wisdom in your life, to that degree and extent, you will experience the awakening even more. To reawaken means you can differentiate between the thoughts the world has given you, the beliefs the world has given you, and what you yourself, in the state of your quiet and peaceful mind, know to be good and righteous and just and true. To restore yourself to peace put you into a position where your function of creation is free from the influence of the external world, the world of the senses, the world of the human, this place of functional creation. For those of you that have allowed yourself to create your experience of stillness and quiet in your mind and embody that through the function of your breathing, to whatever degree you experience that stillness and quiet, know this, that if you apply the process over an extended period of time, then the sensations and the effects will become more pronounced, not only in the conditions of your biology, that is, stillness and quiet can restore your body, whereas a very busy and anxious mind will not allow your body to restore itself to health, but stillness and quiet will allow the energy of the body to go into a process of self-correction almost immediately when that sensation is allowed to permeate the body through your interaction of directing it to be so. Because you must direct your mind to focus on stillness and quiet, and you must direct the body to be still and quiet through the function of the breath, and that in this place you are reawakening. Then into the stillness and quiet, whatever you shall bring, you shall be able to manufacture and produce as experiences in your world, just as you're experiencing a vibrational state of stillness and quiet right now, to the degree and extent that you're allowing yourself to do so. Directing your mind to focus only on stillness and quiet. Directing your body to be still and quiet. To the degree and extent that you do this, to that same degree and extent, you can focus on other things, and experience the function of those things manifesting themselves as your experience, as you are doing now with stillness and quiet. It is now a manufacturing of your own experience, this vibration of stillness and quiet, simply by keeping your attention and the body directed in this fashion. And if you can establish stillness and quiet in a mind that was once busy and distracted and disturbed and fearful, can you not also establish love in your life? Compassion and goodwill and kindness? Can you not also establish prosperity and creativity and freedom? Can you not establish abundance for all? Yes, you may. The process and the principles are universal in the application of anything that is that you would call good, or anything that is not so good. The function of creation, of establishing, whether it is establishing stillness or confusion, the exact same principles and functions of creation exist, in that anything you give attention to becomes a function of your creation. And how you coordinate mind and body will support that function of creation. So if you are thinking about something that upsets you, then the function of creation will be towards the vibration of anger, and the body, of course, will get into the state that matches that energy. But once you know that you have the ability to say, wait, stillness and quiet, once you realize, I do not have to let my mind and my body go this way. My mind and body can go this way. And to where your mind and body go, your life shall manifest and manufacture the conditions that match where you direct your attention and how you direct and coordinate your body in relation to your attention. For the thoughts and ideas within your mind perpetuate very specific energies, which is why we chose these two words today: stillness and quiet, because they're the fundamental starting point. When you came into your body, you were in stillness and quiet. When you came into that body, you were stillness and quiet. We will take some questions. For those of you that are just arriving, I have with me the energy of Archangel Michael, my guardian angel John, and Ascended Master Jesus. And they wanted to communicate and transmit that vibration of stillness and quiet to all of us, to allow us to experience how we can establish what we need to establish in our own lives, and not be dependent upon the world to tell us what to think or feel or believe, but that you yourself can create and choose what the mind will think and what your body will experience and what your world will become. Yes, I thank you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hi, guys. Good morning, Drusilla. Hi, Jacqueline. I hope you guys got the message, because it's really quite powerful. Yeah, I give thanks to the three of these beings right now. My guardian angel John has been with me since I was 20 years old. It was the first time I ever encountered my guardian angel John. Archangel Michael has been with me since I was about 5. And Master Jesus has been with me since I was about 27 years of age, and always in the periphery, because I was quite resistant to love at that time in my life. When I was younger, I was more into anger and fear and guilt and shame, and that blocked me from hearing love and hearing truth and hearing wisdom. The further you get into love, or the further you get from fear and anger, guilt and shame, the closer you move to love. right? And what they just taught us right now, like just the simplicity of it, isn't it not incredible? How simple, just focus on 2 words, stillness and quiet. Coordinate your body to breathe slowly with the idea of stillness and quiet. And just then allow yourself to feel what happens with stillness and quiet being the state you focus on. But hi guys, good morning. So Bogie Miller is asking, my mother Helena is at the hospital with a COVID lung infection. Any message on her health, please? Yeah, I mean, the first thing that comes to me is to get her some ivermectin. Get her to take some ivermectin. The other thing is, when you go see her next time, or even now, let us just, okay, Master Jesus is just saying, allow me to give the blessing of the truth of her vitality to her lung. He's saying it's her lung, it's just one lung. And he's directing a healing ray into her lung right now. He's directing a healing ray. The third thing that my mind comes up with is when you get to hospital, if you've got a 3% solution of hydrogen peroxide, spray it inside her ears, or take a swab and swab it inside her ears. Pathogens that get into the lungs come through the ear canals first. Pathogens that get into the lungs go through the ear canals first. So that's where you want, if you start getting a scratchy throat or anything, spray a 3% solution of hydrogen peroxide in your one ear, leave it in there until the bubbling stops, and then do the other ear. And you'll prevent pathogens from getting into the lungs, because they propagate here, then they go through the inner ear canal, then get into the sinuses and chest, right? So it's ears, nose, throat. That's how pathogens move into the body. So you stop them at the ears, right? The gateways. Stop them at the gateways. But yeah, let us know how it goes, Bogimila, because again, he sent a healing ray. A question from Vio, wondering what that face was about that appeared in meditation this week. Thank you. Just so you know, she's asking about a meditation that we did in our Masterclass 102 this week. Our Masterclasses meditation is a foundation of awakening that's used by the Ascended Masters. They deliver meditations. And the one that you saw is the one that you need to receive the light from. It's the one that you need to receive the light from. Do not let the appearance of this one deter you from experiencing what is behind the illusion your mind has constructed about it. But you need to receive the light behind the mask of that one. Wow, that's really cool. I like that. Someone's asking, can you do this and say heal and health? Yes. So somebody on TikTok's asking, yes, they're saying yes, absolutely. The same process, heal and health, heal and health. Master Jesus is saying those aren't vibrationally, they're not exactly the right words for you. For you, the right words for you would be restored and revitalized. The right words for 2 words for you in the body you have. He's saying the right words for you are restored and revitalized. Restored and revitalized. And again, use that. Yes, he's saying, again, use the function of the breath slowly and deliberately. Restored and revitalized. He's saying it's ideal if you bring your mind and body first into that state of stillness and quiet. Once your mind and body is in that state of stillness and quiet, then you want to bring in those words, restored and revitalized, and continue to use the same function of slow, deliberate breathing, restored and revitalized. Just that's the way he's saying you need to do that. He's saying the function is universal for everyone. He says the process can be applied by anyone. It's universal. So that's why his function of healing in the lifetime many of you think of him as having existed in. He's saying many of you do not understand that the function that I taught is what you hear right now. This is what I taught. And the function of healing follows a very simple process in the same fashion, in that there is nothing other in your mind than the function of the result. That is, of the body restored, the leg regrown, the eye to see. The process is identical when applied to any function of restoration. Although the language for each of you may be different, for I spoke different words to different people, that for them they could say, yes, this is true. Those words would be accepted because they were compatible with them. As I said to this one here, that the words restored and revitalized are energetically for her body and her mind most conducive to her reestablishing that condition in her physical body. Indeed, restored and revitalized is not just for her physical body, it will restore and revitalize her life. For when you bring a quality into your mind and into your body, when you embody a new idea, it becomes your life. As equally as if you hold on to any idea, it is your life. I'm no good becomes your life. I am love becomes your life. I can't do anything becomes your life. I'm free and unlimited becomes your life. Understand this. It is very simple. Wow. Thank you, brother. Yes. So some comment. Can you do this? Yeah, we got that. Just scrolling through. What are my 2 words, please? So Lynette's asking her 2 words. He's saying it's important that you choose a context for what it is. For you, if it is for your body, it may be one set of words. If it is for your mind, it may be another set of words. If it is for your life in general, it is another set of words. We are presuming it is for your life in general. In that case, we would simply offer you these 2 words. Wholeness and truth. Wholeness and truth. Wholeness and truth. Again, I recommend that you begin with stillness and quiet and establish that that state is in your mind and body. In this condition, there is no resistance from your former mentality, as you now have established a condition of stillness and quiet. So that the 2 words will then have no resistance, so that they may have the desired effect in your world without anything resisting them. Wow. Thank you. That was wonderful. Katrina's asking, good morning, William. What does Archangel Michael say about me moving to California to pursue spiritual growth and schooling? Wow, he's jumping up and down. Finally, you're letting go of what has held you back. Yes, choosing. Yes, yes. He says you're finally choosing your path. You're finally choosing the path that you began with. The detour is over, he's saying. The detour is now over. Wow. Yeah, I'm also being told, I don't know who this is, but California is going to be undergoing a massive change in the next 17 months. The state of California is going to be going through some massive changes in the next 17 months. And yes, I'm being told to say those changes will be determined wholly by the collective consciousness of the individuals that constitute the operation and population of that state, that their function of consciousness will determine if this transformation is one of love and goodness or of greater suffering and sorrow. For you have it individually and collectively to create your experiences here. But for you, it shall be quite a delight to bring your light and your love to pursue your spiritual awakening, to fulfill the manifestation of your divinity into its expression creatively in this world is what it's all about for all of you. All of you came here to manifest the expression of your divinity creatively. Wow. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Thank you for that. I got a question from Soggy Dogs Law. Good morning. I would like some guidance advice from my guides if they have anything to pass on to me regarding my life path and health, and also the name of my guide or guides. Thank you. That's actually 2 questions. 3 if you want to break it down in all the context. I'm being told to tell you, have you not applied what we have said to you? Have you established this place of stillness and quiet in your mind and in your body? From this place, you may establish anything in your world. You may establish anything in your world from this place. Wow. Thank you. Again, for those of you that are just arriving, or those of you who have come late on YouTube or TikTok or Facebook, the replay of this will be found on my YouTube channel after the live event is completed, and you can go check out my lives. The most recent live will be this one. Yes, the reawakening is what it will be labeled, the reawakening. Thank you so much. Hi there. Hi. Does any archangel have a message for me? I'm under so much general stress. Hello, the Shuttle Brothers. Listen, if you follow the process, like right now, like do this, like they took us all through it. It was beautiful. Like put your attention on those 2 words, because you got so much. Yeah, they're calling it clutter. You got such a busy mind. You're all over the place. And you need to, and that's not you all over, that's your mind dragging you through itself. That's how most people experience themselves, being dragged through life by their own minds and their own emotions. That's not living. That's being tied to a horse and dragged across the ground. What I'm being told to tell you is sit right now. Breathe slowly and deeply, and give attention to these 2 words, and these 2 words only: stillness and quiet. Stillness and quiet. Coordinate your breathing to be slow and deliberate. You cannot establish a new world or a new life unless you can establish a new mind now. To bring your mind to stillness and quiet opens up the field of creativity from an energetic perspective. And so you need to very meticulously and deliberately first establish your peace in mind and in body, that you are not then distracted by the world. Then such conceptions as resolution and healing and joy can be restored to life. For in place of stillness, what you bring into that stillness, what you bring into the energy of your body, will begin to become a function in your world. In fact, everything in your world at this time that you are experiencing is a function of what you have embodied in your mind and body. And you may cast out that which does not serve you and bring in that which does. There's a simple process you've just learned today, that if you review this, you'll understand clearly how simple it actually is. But the process of persistent application on a daily basis of awakening to stillness and peace, of throughout the day restoring your mind and body to stillness and peace, to bring into new conceptions of your life, new possibilities in that place of stillness and peace. When that is established, then you will begin to experience the natural phenomena of what many of you can call miraculous events. But from the perspective that I'm in, it is quite a natural phenomena that we are experiencing. Wonderful. I just got a new subscriber. To my new subscriber, thank you so much. We're halfway to my subscriber goal of 20 on TikTok. Yes, thank you very much. I understand. Where are we here? I'm just got to do a time check here and make sure I have time to continue on with everybody. It was very abrupt yesterday. There we go. We're good. All right. And so you find yourself in this place of confusion and chaos, not because you want to be in a place of confusion and chaos, but because you were led to this state of confusion and chaos by those who would benefit from your suffering and by your pain. But you may, in the simple act of these 3 steps that have been proposed to you today, the consideration of but 2 words, stillness and quiet, the deliberate articulation of the breath slowly and deeply to focus on the top of the breath, on the idea of stillness and quiet, releasing the breath from the body slowly. At the exhale, you again bring your attention to stillness and quiet. You are embodying the idea of the stillness and quiet into the body. And you'll begin to feel the function of your body changing. The sensations of your body will begin to change just by establishing those words into the body. The word becomes flesh, stillness and quiet. When you realize that the word does indeed become flesh, then you will become more mindful about what word you will let occupy a space in your space of consciousness, and be mindful of the words that others would give you to occupy the space of your consciousness. Most of your confusion and uncertainty is only because you have included in your attention ideas that are false, that are not in alignment or harmony with your true nature. But in this place of stillness and quiet, the reawakening begins. And for those of you that have been here with us today, that is now established, and you may continue to awaken. We have simply reawakened, but you may continue to awaken by applying the process simply and consistently and repeatedly, that you may liberate your mind from the enslavement of the world and restore the function of your divinity to the process of creation that you came here to enact through that body that you have. Wow, thank you so much. Oh, you're very welcome. Someone's saying, why haven't I felt the presence of my spiritual guides? The only reason you haven't felt the presence of your spiritual guides is because you're not creating a space to perceive them. You need to create a space in your consciousness where you can perceive them. I mean, right now you're receiving the energy of Archangel Michael, Master Jesus, and my guardian angel John. I'm very aware of their energy. It's flowing through me. It radiates out. And that's because I've been trained to create a space that allows that energy to come in. I love Master Jesus. I love Archangel Michael. I love my guardian angel John. To begin to create a space, follow the formula that was given to you by Master Jesus earlier. That's those simple 3 steps. Once you can experience establishing stillness and quiet in your own mind through your own will, then there's nothing that you cannot establish in your mind. Love, joy, health, prosperity, peace. You can establish it in your mind. You can bring it into your life. But first you must learn how to bring it in. Bring the word into your mind that you want to see established in flesh. The word becomes flesh. And whatever you focus on will become your experience. That's just what it is. So you have your guides. They are around you right now. If you could just take a moment to slowly breathe and relax. The name I'm getting is Helidon. Helidon is one of your guides. Helidon. And yes, he wants you to just simply breathe and relax and feel him standing on your right side. Like breathe and relax and just feel any shifts or changes in what your sensation is around the right side of the body, right? You just have to get your awareness into a position where it's not distracted by the world, so that you can go inward where the inner senses of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance live, and reactivate those senses that let you see without eyes and hear without ears, right? Those are inner senses. Governments around the world are trying to get children into school systems when they're very young, because if they can start conditioning them when they're very young, they have a very limited chance of awakening those and developing those internal senses that everyone is born with. Everyone is born with 5 physical senses, and everyone is born with 4 primary clairs: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. And they can be reactivated. And the only way they can be reactivated is by getting your attention pulled away from the world, back within, because those faculties are within you, right? That's why the statement, the kingdom of God is within you, because it lets you access many realms of information, dimensions, guides, angels, ascended masters, many deities, yogis, rishis. There are limitless timelines you can access through this state of being in the stillness and quiet. Thank you for that question, by the way. Someone's saying, Amanda's saying, I want to help people. Do I need to look inside myself through meditation for the directions from someone? You can do that. You can ask for guidance. You say, you can ask, if you get to that place of stillness and silence, you can say, reveal to me how I may be of the best service to others. You can make that, you can request in that place, how may I be of service, the best service to others? And be very aware and mindful of what comes to you. Because you'll get, in the beginning, if you're just doing this for the first time, you might get a vague image or just a sensation. But that statement, when you feel it, and you can feel it in the body, you're going to create and generate situations and circumstances that will be a response to that request. How may I be of the best service to others? And that question will be answered. It will be answered, Amanda. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And thank you for being one of my supporters here. All of you. Any message for my friend Mark, who is sick? Thank you. Mark my words. And they told me to say that. Mark my words, pun intended. Yes. Yes. He has to let go of the anger that he's been carrying that's deep inside his psyche, deep inside his body. He has to liberate that anger. And the best way to do it, rather than him trying to figure out where's this anger, the best thing is where the pain and sickness is most dominant in the body. That's where the core of the emotion is stored that's producing that condition. So conditions in the body are emotional in nature, right? You can find causative things in the world that cause cancer, cause AIDS, or cause this. But what allows that to come into your body is something in you that's in harmony or resonance with that. So he needs to get in communion with the illness and communicate these words to the illness. I am here to love you, honor you, and cherish you, even if I do not understand you. Those words in that sequence, I'm here to love you, honor you, and cherish you, even if I don't understand you. Let those be his thoughts towards that sensation of illness, wherever it is in his body, okay? That's what they're telling me to tell him. Mark my words, I like that. That's cute. Yeah, that is a while, Katrina. I'm so happy. Yeah. Thank you. Alexa Cucci, thank you so much for subscribing. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And all my 2 YouTube subscribers, thank you so much. I'm going to enable paid subscriptions on YouTube in the next coming week, so you can consider subscribing me on YouTube through that too. If you want to support the channel, you can use the PayPal link on my YouTube or the Linktree link on my TikTok channel, right? If you're on Facebook, you can I think you can use something there too. I don't know what it is, but you can. Question from Alexa Kuchini. What meditation opens the third eye chakra? Whoa, that's a question. You've asked that. Whoa, my whole heart, my hair is standing up on end. Master Jesus said, "You really want your third eye open? Are you ready for this? Like, are you ready? Are you really ready?" Okay. So he's saying this. Follow what I have described today. Follow what I have prescribed today. in the fullness that you can, when the silence is established and your mind and body and you are in peace, in stillness and quiet. In the stillness and quiet is the all-loving that can hear, feel, and respond to your requests. In this space, you may ask to be revealed what it is you need to see, to know what you need to know, to hear what you need to hear, and feel what you need to feel. Open my eye that I may see, hear, feel, and know. Open my eye that I may see, hear, feel, and know. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that. So simple. In that place, he just wants to reiterate, in the place of stillness, that statement, be still and know I am God, is so profound. A lot of people don't get that meaning, but it's one of the reasons why the kingdom of God is within you. That statement is profoundly simple. It's why, do you not know that you are as I am? Why he makes these statements. And again, I've never read the Bible. I don't read religious scripts. I've seen snippets here and there. I was guided to read Matthew once, but a lot of what comes through me is just given to me to share and say. It's just brought to me, because that's what happens when you become open and receptive to certain qualities of information. You'll start to receive it. And the same is true. If you become open and receptive to certain things in the world, you'll become it. So my desire and hope for all of you is that you shift your consciousness from fear to love. And what we've been taught today is a simple way of doing that. What do you mean verify my identity? Okay, I guess I can verify my identity. Okay, let's verify my identity. Okay, so it's saying I have to start verification. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to do that. I don't know if I can do that right now, but I do need to actually go. Hang on. Okay, there we're back. So guys, I love all of you from the bottom of my heart. And Archangel Michael, Master Jesus, my guardian angel John, extend the same in all fullness, that you may meet us and greet us in the place of stillness within your own house. You may meet us and greet us in the stillness of your own house. And this is your house. The body you are in is the house to which they refer. I love you all. Have a wonderful, joyful day. And I will see each and every one of you on the Monday edition of Shortcut Show. Also on Monday at 6:30 p.m., there's going to be a live show on my Instagram. I'm going to go live on Instagram for my first time on Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the We Are One podcast with Mary Hernandez. And you can just go to either my YouTube, my TikTok, my Instagram, or Mary Hernandez Instagram. It's called the We Are One podcast. And hopefully you'll come and join us on Monday. And I will see you for sure on Monday morning, on the Monday morning edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Much love to each and every one of you. Have yourself, oh, sorry, you asked that question. Yeah, if you want to book a reading with me, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. You can book a reading with me there for half hour, 1 hour, or you can ask a single question through using the Linktree link on my TikTok channel. Have yourselves a wonderful and joyful day, everybody. Bye for now.